The 2011 NFL Draft is officially in the books, and Chargers general manager A.J. Smith, fresh out of the war room, here to talk about the draft. A.J., a long year and a lot of work and travel goes into preparing for the NFL Draft. Just kind of your feelings now. You can take a deep breath.
Well, you're right about a year's worth of effort by everybody. And, you know, you're talking about the whole scouting department, all the scouts out there, all of our directors, our coaches, the head coach. The whole organization comes together, talks about some of these players and makes some decisions as an organization. So great feedback from everybody. We've made our selections and pretty excited about it.
Had to hold your breath for a little while. It took a while till you guys finally got a chance to make a pick today, but made a big splash with that first pick. You're able to go into the 6th round and get the Big East Conference Offensive Player of the Year, Jordan Todman. Nice to go out and pull a player out like that late in the draft.
Yeah, it is, but we're always targeting some good football players, regardless of position. And there's a guy that was highly productive that we had our eye on that fell a little bit, and we just felt it was an opportunity to add to the group of running backs that we have.
Looking at the draft class as a whole, obviously a big emphasis not only on defense, but on improving the Chargers special teams as well.
Yeah, well, we've always had an emphasis in the past, but we have upped that baby this year. Not very happy with what happened last year. Unacceptable. We have a new special teams coach, and there's been a heavy emphasis on a lot of the players that came in here, and we think they're going to contribute immediately in that area while they wait their turn to perform, and some of them may, in fact, be playing a lot of football too.
Some of the pundits and maybe the so-called draft experts out there might look at this draft class, say the Chargers failed to address a need maybe in grabbing either an outside linebacker or a strong pass rusher. Just kind of your thoughts on that.
Well, we feel good about what we do, and I understand everybody has their draft guides that have different rounds on all of the players, but we look at it a little bit differently than that, and we put a lot of work into it. And what we have selected, we just think they're going to contribute and help the San Diego Chargers win. And the fun part of it is everybody has those opinions, but we're not going to get any answers to those until a couple, 3 years down the road. But we think we've got a heck of a group right now.
Now, though he's a defensive lineman, Corey Liuget really kind of helps in that regard, pressure in the pocket and creating opportunities for these guys on the outside. Isn't it safe to say?
Yeah, he's a big man. We're going to pencil him in at defensive end. We can slide him down inside and give him some heavy work in there. But we just think this is a nasty, physical football player, and we were in a position, it was a targeted guy to pull the trigger on that, and just about all the fans and everybody else kind of felt we were going to go in that direction, and lo and behold, they were exactly right.
Well, it's been 36 years, it's probably since you were a little boy, since the Chargers drafted a player from San Diego State right here on the Mesa. You bring Vincent Brown, the wide receiver, in yesterday in the 3rd round. Just talk about the selection and what you like about Vincent.
Well, he's been a targeted guy for a long time, and being right here in our backyard, we got to see him a lot. We think he's a fantastic wide receiver. He's going to bring a lot to this football team. Not only us, but we knew how highly regarded he was in the entire NFL. Well, we had an opportunity, and we're just fortunate enough that when it came to the 3rd round, he was going to be our guy. And we were a little bit nervous along the way here, but fortunately things worked out for us, and it's great to have him here.
Was it nice to have a few days of talking football and focusing on football and not talking about the NFL lockout?
Well, I don't talk about it very much, but it is surrounding me, no question about that. But everybody just focused on the draft. All of us in the league, not only us, and it was a great escape for 3 days to just do that and leave that other business on the outside. But I'm sure we'll talk about it now that the draft is over and find out where we're going to go with that.
Well, I know you're anxious to see these guys get out and perform on the field. Congratulations on a nice job with the Chargers 2011 draft class.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
All right, for Chargers.com with videographer Luke Zapata and general manager A.J. Smith, I'm Scott Yaffe.